Hi, everybody. Hey, yay, yay. Let's get the Insta folks on. Instagram folks, let's get them on. Let's get them on. Let's get them on. Did I just switch off this thing? Okay, there we go. No, it's a little bit chilly in my neck of the woods. Angel, go to bed, okay? Quit hanging around all night long, all day long. Angel and Kosi, go to bed. Ah, hi, Angie Sutterholtz. Hi, DeMarcus Brewster. Hi, Angel and Kosi. Angel, what are you doing up at 3 a.m. in the morning? Let me see. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. in South Africa. What are you doing up? Hi, everybody. Hi, Cat Baloo. Hi, Carshalicious. Hi, Coronada Bendecida. Hi. I'm going to be showing um, how to use some features on my YouTube website on my regular website. So I'm going to try and turn the camera to face the screen. So I hope you guys can follow what I'm going to be demonstrating on my computer screen. So I'm going to turn the camera so that you can see it when we get into it. Um, I'm able to do a share screen with the folks on YouTube and Facebook. Um, you know, but let's see how it goes. All right. Hope you guys are doing well. Angel, see, multiple streams of income comes with its own disadvantages. I would rather have the disadvantages of multiple streams of income than to have no streams of income. And you know what I'm saying? Hi, Ann Kaiser from Guyana, South America. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hi, everyone. I just wanted to take a moment to share. I'm going to try my best. Hopefully, the software I'm using is going to let me be great. I want to share how to find things on my YouTube channel. I just got notification that I've uploaded about 250 videos. I know there's more than 250 videos on my YouTube channel. Um, but I think they're counting just like, the pre-recorded ones and not the live ones. So I'm going to share how you can find stuff easily on my YouTube channel because I recognize that sometimes when there's so many videos on a YouTube channel and you're looking for a particular kind of video, it can be hard. Trying to find it. I mean, what do you do? Do you start scrolling through the whole channel? What happens if the person has thousands of videos? I mean, how do you find the one that you're looking for? So that's what I want to do briefly, show how to do that, and then I'm going to also jump on my website, my Dr. Tochi website. I want to show my website because the incidence of scamming is just really becoming alarming, And I even had some scammers using my picture or my name. They created a YouTube account and they came onto my YouTube account and started responding to comments on my YouTube channel as if it was me who was responding to comments on my YouTube channel. You get that? So they created a YouTube channel using my name and my image, and then they came to my YouTube channel and started responding to people as if it was me who was responding to people on my YouTube channel. Now, of course, it's quite easy to figure out that these people are scammers because they're writing the sort of stuff that I would not write. They're writing their call so and so on WhatsApp, and they're providing Nigerian numbers. You know, once you see the country code 234, that is Nigeria. Of course, you have some of them operating from other countries, but the ones that I've seen where most of the attacks are coming from are from Nigeria. So they want you to call the Nigerian number, which starts with a plus 234. And then they want you to call some WhatsApp number, and they're like, call this number, and all your problems will be solved. So you can see that's the reason why I discourage people from saying, trying to get a hold of me by WhatsApp. Because sometimes people don't think it through. They'll be like, oh, okay, it's Dr. Tochi. I'm assuming she must be in Nigeria or somewhere. And then you start calling. That's why I do everything through my website. All my transactions are done through my website. Okay? I do everything through my website to avoid this kind of thing. So imagine my shock and surprise when I'm going through the comments on my YouTube channel and I'm seeing people, scammers who've created a YouTube account and they're responding to the comments on my own channel as if it's me. So of course I had to ban the account, banish the folks, and delete what they had already written there. So again, for the family on Instagram, I'm going to turn the camera and hopefully you get to see what I'm showing. I'm going to be showing on the computer how to navigate my YouTube channel. And, if you're looking for particular videos, how to find those videos and how to find stuff on my website. Okay. A Stu. Hi, all. Hi, Bridget Omyagati. Hi, Bella Beba. Hi, Esther Ute. Hi, Niece Latonia Forbes. Hi, Dorothy Mulugeta. Okay, so we have folks on. All right. It's a little bit chilly here, but I put my heater on, so after a while, I'm going to be throwing off this throw. And then after this, try and get in a little bit of exercise. I've been very sedentary recently, so I need to move. Hello, DJ. All right, so let me first of all turn let me turn. Hold up, let me turn. See if I can turn the. Okay, hold on. Okay, so hold on. There should be an easy way of doing this, right? Of course. Oh, okay, so hold on, Insta family. Let me get this party started for you. Let's see if I can turn this. I should be able to turn this around. Here we go. So that you can see what we're fixing to show here. Okay. So hopefully that should show that. Insta. Okay, so Insta family, I hope you can see. I know it's kind of, woo. I think I kind of wrecked the Insta thing there. Hold on. All right. So Insta family, hopefully you can see what we're doing here. All right. So, okay, so let me share screen. Okay, so folks, this is my YouTube. Um, this is my YouTube. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, hold on. Let me move that so you can see it. Can you see that? Let me stop screen share. Okay, share that again. Share screen. Okay. All right. So all right. So that way I can maximize the window. There we go. So on this channel, so I want you to pay attention to where you see my cursor. Do you see where my cursor is? It's moving on the screen. I'm moving it in a circle. Okay. I hope you can see I'm moving it in a circle. So you can see it on the right hand part of the screen. If you want to find anything on my YouTube channel or anyone else's YouTube channel for that matter, okay, this is something that you can do for yourself. Look at this icon here. This icon here is like a searchlight. This is the icon you want to be clicking on. If you're using a phone, you will see this icon here, okay? If you're watching a video on my channel and you scroll up, you will see home, videos, playlists, community, membership, channels, and about, and then this search lens thing, okay? So if you want to find something on my channel, all you have to do is click this search thing. And once you click it, you'll see like a line show up with the word search in here. You'll see the word search show up here. You can type over that word search. You can type whatever you want. So don't be like trying to delete it because it won't delete. It's just a guide letting you know what to do here. If you try to delete this, you can't delete it, okay? All you can do is you'll see a flashing cursor there. So let's say, for instance, we wanted to find something about, let's try egg, okay? So I'm going to type egg in here because I want to find all the videos in my channel that deal with egg, all right? So I type egg and I hit enter. You hit the enter button, or you hit enter or search on your phone. And then you will now see it will pull up all the videos that have to do with eggs or mention eggs on my channel. So you see the first one here is Dr. Tochi, the powerful spiritual egg cleanse. There's another one, Dr. Tochi, more on the spiritual egg cleanse and how to use your name to change your life. Okay. How to cleanse fast with coconuts, lemons, limes, and eggs. All right. So once you start I think YouTube, it will pull up a lot of videos, but when you type in what you want, so in this case we typed in egg, you want to look at the first 2 or 3 videos because the first 2 or 3 videos will actually um, be the ones that are closely related to what you're looking for. Okay, so let's delete this. And I want to find videos dealing with spirit guides. So I'll put SPIRIT space guide. Spirit guides. Okay. So I'm typing in here spirit guides because I want to find out what videos in this channel deal with spirit guides. And then I'll hit the enter button. And do you see that again? It pulls up videos here. Dr. Tochi, are your spirit guides contacting you? Dr. Tochi, how to hear from your spirit guides. It even pulls up the playlist, the spirit guides playlist. And I'm going to show you the playlist I have on my channel. But it shows you the spirit. So you could literally click on this playlist, and the playlist will have all the spirit guide videos in there. It pulls up another one, how to connect with your spirit guides, spiritual alignment. Okay, so basically these top 4 are the ones dealing with it. And then all you have to do is just click on it, and then there you go.
Hi everyone, Tochi here. And today we're going to talk about guardian spirits. Some people call them guardian angels.
Oh my God, look at me sounding so sophisticated. All right, so all right. So you see there, just typing that in their spirit guides, it pulled up even the playlist. So that's how you can go to any channel on YouTube and you can search for specific videos. Okay. Now, speaking of playlists, let's say, for instance, you had a consultation with me or you were in conversation with me or something like that, and I say to you, go and watch a particular playlist, or maybe on your own, you're just interested in, a certain topic, or you want to see what playlists I have on my channel. I've organized material on my channel according to playlist. So let's say, for instance, you wanted to know everything about spirit guides, there's a playlist for that. You want to know everything about air, there's a playlist for that. For water, it has its own playlist. Earth has its own playlist. Fire has its own playlist. So let's look at some of the playlists I have on my channel. So all you have to do is go to the top, right under the banner, right under my name, and you click on playlists. Okay. And I'm just scrolling down here. You can see all the playlists I have here. All right. Now, some playlists you may not be able to open depending on what kind of permissions you have. Like some of these playlists are for members only. Some of the playlists are for advanced members only. So depending on the level of permissions you have in the channel, that is what will guide you here. But if you look here, for instance, like I have a playlist of the videos I've liked. You can't see that because you can see here it's private. But this one here, see, I have a playlist on spiritual power. And if you click on it, you will see all my videos in my channel that have been tagged spiritual power. If you want the videos on love, I have another playlist. And if you click on this, let me click on love here. Okay.
Hi, this is Mama Dr. Tochi.
You see on the side here, on the side, it will show you other videos in this playlist that have something to do with love. Okay. I have a touching base playlist. So just like today's touching base, it's automatic. I've already set it up such that once this touching base is done, it will be added to this playlist of touching base. Okay. So let's do this. Let's click here on view full playlist. So if you click on it, you see it will show you all the videos that we've been putting in touching base. And I'm sure there are more than this, but you can see here there are about 21 videos here under this playlist, touching base playlist. We have playlist for wealth and success, for seals and sigils, spiritual healing. So let's say you wanted to see my videos on spiritual healing, you would come here to the playlist and you'll see spiritual healing. And all you need to do is just click play all or view playlist, and you'll see the videos dealing with spiritual healing. So if you go through here, you see that I have them categorized according to different topics. There's playlists for fasting, for spiritual alignment, giving charity to others, spirit guides, water, altars, dream interpretations. If you wanted to see all my videos on dream interpretation, all you have to do is just click on this playlist and you'll see all my videos for um, dream interpretation. And then when I had Sunday classes, see the playlist for Sunday classes. Okay. So again, you can get to playlist. You can see this in the top where it says playlist. So you should see this even if you're using a phone. If you come to the Dr. Tochi channel, not just to the video, but come to the Dr. Tochi channel itself. When you're in my channel, you should see this banner, this light white and blue banner. That's my channel. And then you will see these headers here. And these headers lead to different things. Community, if you click on community, which is this fourth one here, community will show you all the things, interesting things that I post. Okay. Obviously, I have a little bit more detail in here because I have stuff that I've posted for advanced members and general members, members of the public, and so on and so forth. But on your device, on your phone, on your computer, you should be able to see this community on top. And when you click on it, okay, you will see different kinds of messages here. And all you have to do is just click on it, all right, and you can read more. Like for instance, we have a new advanced member video up today on how to spiritually use idols on your altar. So, but this is for members only. You can see here is members only. So it's only members, people who are members, advanced member, who will see this notification here. If you're not an advanced member, you will not see notification for this video because it's not accessible to you if you're not an advanced member. And advanced member are master teachers and apprentices. Excuse me. Here's a message posted today for the members. This is for all members. So all members got this message and they were able to read it. Now this is a flyer for the webinar we're going to have in 2 days' time. This one is set to members of the public. So everybody can see this poster. Excuse me. I'm getting a little sick. The air is kind of dry. Okay. So, and which is a reminder, I'll be having a free 1-hour webinar, how to start your own spiritual practice. It's free and it's 12 p.m. on Wednesday, 12 p.m. CST. So be sure to use Google to find out your time equivalent. And if you want to be part of the question and answer session, so after this 1-hour webinar, I'll be having a question and answer session, and it's going to be on Zoom immediately after the webinar. And it's $30 unless you have registered for the spiritual detox retreat. If you registered for the spiritual detox retreat that is holding this coming weekend, then you will get into the VIP access for the question and answer session after that. But if you're not registered for the spiritual detox retreat this weekend and the following weekend, um, I encourage you to go get you a ticket. And then this is what you have to do. Just go to my website. Just use this URL. You can type it in your browser and go there and purchase yourself a ticket, because in that question and answer series, our session, I'm going to be answering all questions you have on spiritual practice. Okay, so it's free VIP access for those who want to be part of that. So, like I was saying, so you see that here's the flyer for the spiritual detox retreat level 1 that's going to be holding this weekend, and you can see it has information in here. All right. So, so this is the interesting part. Now, let me go to my website. Okay. Now this is my website. Okay. I want you to look at the URL of my website. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. It's tochi.us. If anybody is trying to write you or redirect you to a website that is not tochi.us, they're trying to scam you. It's very simple. It's tochi.us. Okay. And so this is what my website looks like when you come to it. So whether you're using a phone or a tablet or whatever, this is what it looks like. All right. You see my picture there. You see information. Now here's the important part I need you to know. Things here have also been organized here. Okay. If you want to book a divination with me, you click this button saying divination. Okay. If you click this button saying divination, it will bring you to this page and you'll see divinations here. And then all you have to do is scroll down and choose the type of divination you need. There's a description. It tells you what the divination is, gives you the instructions, what you need to know. And then there's a button here. All you have to do is click this button and book your divination. Okay, so this is the card divination. This is the cowrie shell divination. Okay, cowrie shell divination is good for deep spiritual issues. Card divination is good for day-to-day issues. Then there's also just a consultation without divination. So let's say, for instance, you just want to talk about your issue, you don't need a divination, then you click this button and book your appointment. Okay. If you click this one, consultation without divination, and then you have the appointment with me, then you start asking for a divination, you're not going to get a divination, because what you booked is consultation without divination. So everything is written here. All you have to do is just click on these buttons. Okay. So let's say, for instance, you wanted to book a card divination. All you have to do is click on this button. It will take you to another window, and then see, it shows you my availability. These highlighted ones in blue here are my availability. This will show you what days I'm available. The other ones here mean that I'm not available. So these other ones, if you click on them, nothing's going to happen because I'm not available on those days. But if you pick a day that I'm available, let's say, for instance, the 23rd of March, it will now give you options to select a time on the 23rd that you would like to meet with me. When you're doing this, it will show it to you in your time zone. This will be shown to you in your time zone. So wherever you are, it will show you this in your time zone. So you will know exactly, you'll be able to make a decision as to what you want to book. So let's say, for instance, you wanted to book an appointment with me 23rd of March at 2 p.m. You can see the duration is here, how long it is, 30 minutes. It costs $100. And there's more. If you scroll on the left side, it will tell you, give you all the details, what to do, how to prepare, what you need to know. And this will all show up on your phone too. So let's say, for instance, you clicked at 2 p.m. Okay, it will ask you to confirm that. And then you put in your information, answer a few questions, and then pay with PayPal. And then it will schedule the event for you. Okay. So that's how all of this works. So I'm also answering this for people who keep writing me. No, I try to go to your calendar, and the date I want is not available. That's how that works. Okay, it's only the highlighted ones in blue that you can book. So that's the same thing. If you want to book a cowrie shell divination, it's the same thing. If you click it, you'll come to that. It will tell you how much it is. You can scroll, read the details before you do anything. Pick a date, pick a time, confirm the time, and then fill out the information, and then book, and then you're done. Boom. You get notification, I get notification. Okay. So that's for divination. If you want to buy products and services, buy some of my products like soaps and bracelets and stuff, all you have to do is click the products button. It will take you here, and you can see all the things you can get: ritual candles, white chalk, crystals, a whole bunch of things you can get here. Okay. Tub soap, uh, altar incense, and so on and so forth. This services button is only available to those I'm doing custom service for. So let's say you did a consultation with me, and I'm doing some spiritual work for you, then that's what this button is for. Coaching is for those who are interested in getting personal coaching from me. You can come here, you can click this button, book a schedule a free discovery call with me. And this discovery call is for 15 minutes. You and I will chat to find out if coaching is a good fit. All right. But there's lots of information in here that you can read. And then you can come here and pay for coaching. If you want to go ahead directly and pay for the coaching, you can come here. All the prices, everything is here. Again, if you want to book a free discovery call with me, all you have to do is just click this button, and then it brings you to my calendar. Here's a description of what's going on with the coaching. It tells you exactly what it is. It's not for divination. It's not for consultation. All the details are here. And then you pick a date and time. It's 15 minutes and it's free. Okay. So again, I'm showing this to show folks how simple this is, because sometimes people are writing me, oh, I don't know what's going, I don't know your website, I don't know how it works. Everything has been put here simply. If you want to take courses, I have some online courses. If you click on it, you can see the courses I have here. So you can do the Intro to Spiritual Practice, Spiritual Practitioner 1. We have Spiritual Practitioner 2 course coming up shortly, and Spiritual Competence for Healthcare Professional courses. You can take that. Online courses, take them at your own convenience. These are events. If you click on events, you can see the webinar that we'll be having on Wednesday. It's already here. There's a button here if you want to register for VIP access to the question and answer series. It's a session is right here. All you have to do is click that button, and here it is. You can choose to pay by Google, or you can just choose to pay regular. All you do is click that. That's all you got to do. and fill out your information and pay. If you want more than one ticket, all you have to do is click on this button here. You can do 2 tickets, 3 tickets, 4 tickets, however many number of tickets you want. All right. There's a video here if you want to hear a little bit more about the detox. Here's a detox retreat level 1 you can book. Here's a detox retreat level 1 for the weekday, because there were some people who said they wanted the spiritual detox retreat during the week, that they didn't want it over the weekend. So we created an extra session here for those who wanted it on a weekday. And you can see it's saying here clearly weekdays. This one here is for the weekend. Okay. And then this is level 2. So again, everything is here, is clearly explained. The buttons are there. Okay. If you want to purchase books, any of my books, you click on this. It will take you to Amazon and you'll see all my books listed. So you choose which one you would like to get and enjoy that. And the books are on Kindle, so they'll be delivered to you digitally. If you want to order hard copy, you can also order it from that Amazon website. We have a button here for rituals. So whenever I announce we're having rituals, you can come here and book your ritual. All right. And then let's see. So that's connection to YouTube. So let's say if you wanted to go back to YouTube, you can click on that. If you want to go to my Facebook page there, if you want to go to my Instagram page there, if you want to go to my Twitter is there. All right. So basically that's the explanation of that. So you see, it's a very, very simple website. There, everything is right there. You don't have to get confused about anything. So Insta family, let me turn you around. Hold on. Insta. So let me get this situated. Okay. All right. So does anyone have any questions about my YouTube channel, on my website? Are there things you're looking for, things that you need help finding? I can take your questions now. Because I have people who write me, I mean, they send me DMs or emails, and they're like, I can't see how to book you. I don't know where to book you. I can't connect to this or I can't connect to that. So that's why I just wanted to take a little bit of time to explain this. Everything is straightforward. If you need my website, tochi.us, that's all you got to do. Tochi.us, put it in your browser and it will take you straight there. You'll see that. And everything is labeled. Okay. I had somebody writing me saying they wanted my services, um, that they were trying to book a service. And I was asking what service, and they were like, well, they wanted to book a spiritual parasite cleanse. And I was like, no, you got to get a divination first. I don't do spiritual work for self diagnosis. Okay. Okay, Coronada. So you got it? You got it? No, I'm just right. So I have people who do self-diagnosis. They diagnose whatever it is they think is going on with this, and then they come back and say, well, this is what I want you to do. I don't do that. I have to do a divination to find out what the issue is. You know what I mean? Because I have found in the past, when I follow people with their own diagnosis, what they think is the issue, and then if things don't work out, then they start getting upset. You didn't solve my problem. Is it possible that we're working on the wrong problem? So that happens too. DJ B, like, that tells you they didn't watch the whole video. You got that right. You got that right, DJ. A lot of people don't watch the whole video. Okay. Like one lady, I had to respond on my video, how to invoke and pray to get results. In that video, I'm teaching how to pray to get results. The woman comes in the comment section and writes, I've been praying and I'm not getting any answers. Can you show me how I can get answers to my prayers? How would you come to a video that is teaching you how to pray and invoke to get results, and then you turn around and say your prayers are not, that you want to be taught how to pray to get results? So that tells me you didn't watch the video, or that you don't even care about the video. You just want what you want, the way you want, when you want, how you want, Yeah. And if you read my comment to her, I said to her, how can you be writing that you want to be taught how to pray to get results under a video, a teaching video that is teaching you how to pray for results? It don't even make sense. But we're human beings. Not everything we do makes sense, so that's it. So what questions do you have about what I just showed? What questions? Does anybody have questions? Angel says someone special attention. It's a thing. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that. Good for them. So any questions about what I just showed? So let me maybe address a couple of questions about the webinar on Wednesday. So the free webinar on Wednesday, we're going to be talking about how you can set up your spiritual practice. Okay, I'm going to be talking over one or two things you can start doing today to start setting up your own spiritual practice. We want to have our spiritual practice so that we can start successfully meeting our challenges in life, and so that we can stop feeling helpless. I get DMs and emails and messages from people saying, oh, I've been a member of this church or this mosque or this group, or I've been praying and stuff and I'm not getting answers. Or when I compare myself with other people, I feel like I'm not doing well. Other people are having more money, or they're getting married, or they're having kids, or they have good jobs, or I just feel like I'm stagnant. Having a spiritual practice, a regular spiritual practice that you do, helps you deal with that, because it's your spiritual practice that gives you explanations, that gives you the guidance for what to do, whether you should go left or right or forward or backwards or wait or turn around, whatever the case may be. It's your spiritual practice that guides you. And when we go through life without guidance, we tend to run into problems. Some of the people we see who are successful have guidance. They can have spiritual guidance, or they can have good guidance from elders or mentors or coaches. They have guidance, so they know what to do. They know what to do at the right time in the right way, because they have guidance. The lack of guidance in life is something that costs many of us. Many of us in life are losing out because we don't have guidance. It's as simple as that. Okay. Okay, Raquel, I see your comment. Yeah, the website is very handy. The website, it makes everything easy. You just go here and click. All right. All right. You see what I'm saying? So, many of us are making mistakes. Many of us are feeling lost because we don't have guidance. Can you imagine how it feels if you're out on the ocean with a boat or a ship? You have no compass. Maybe the sky is dark. There's no moon, no stars. You don't know which way is east, west, north, or south because you don't have a compass. How will you know where you're going? You won't. You're going to get confused, and from confusion you'll get irritated, and from irritation maybe you start getting anxious, worried, fearful, and all kinds of negative emotions will start overcoming you because that guidance is not there. So, I've had some people say to me, well, look at this person or the other person. They're not spiritual. They're not doing any spiritual thing. They don't have any altar. But they're doing well in life. Where there are two things when we see people doing well in life. Sometimes it could just be an appearance. And we saw that with the recent demise of was it the former Miss USA last month? Beautiful young woman, had the world at her fingertips, best job, best connections, and decided to exit. And she was like, what, 20, 23, 26, some kind of tender age like that. But she had it all. University graduate, crowned most beautiful woman in America, was crowned or acknowledged as the 10th most beautiful woman in the world. And then you'll be asking, what else do you want? She had a job, her connections, she had well-paying job, 6 figures. What else do you want? But you come to find out that when there is the absence of guidance, we feel some kind of way. And that's the reason why we do divinations, and we go online, we go on YouTube, we're watching videos, we're talking to this person, watching this person, and watch because we're looking for guidance. We want someone to tell us what to do, and not only to tell us what to do, but how to do it. And not only how to do it, but to reassure us that we're moving in the right direction. But what if you could set up your own spiritual practice where you don't have to be running from person to person, but you can get the answers, the guidance you need right where you are? Suppose you could do that. How much would that ability, I mean, how much would you pay to to have that ability to be guided? You know what to do at any given time. You don't have to bother anybody. If you look at somebody, you will know if they'll make a good wife, know if they'll make a good husband. If you look at a job, you will know whether to take that job or not, whether to do that business or not. How much would you pay to have the ability to do that? That is what spiritual practice does for you. How much are you willing to pay to have like minded people with you? When you want to talk about spiritual things, they're not looking at you like you're crazy. They're not treating you like a leper. How much would you be willing to pay for that? So that's what we're going to deal with or talk about on Wednesday during the free webinar. So in the webinar, I'll be sharing, one or two tips you can use right away, right away, something you can use right away. And then after the free webinar, we'll go into after the free webinar, then we'll go into the question and answer session. And those who are in the question and answer session will either be those who are registered for the spiritual detox retreat this weekend or the other weekend, or those who purchased the VIP access ticket, where we'll answer all questions and discuss in depth about whatever it is that we learn in the webinar. So I think it's important that we start developing some sense of certainty in our lives. You know what I mean? You have a sense of certainty. You you, you know, you may not be 100%, you may not be 100% certain about everything, but if you can be at least 60%, 70%, 80%, 90% certain, how do you think the quality of your life will change? How do you think it will change? You know, and you know, the other thing about the webinar is that I want people to know that it's possible to live with guidance. There's no reason why you should go through life without guidance. DJ, what about those who have already done the detox? If you've gone through the detox, you should be equipped with a lot of information that's already been shared in the detox. So DJ, should I expect you? Are you going to come and teach during the webinar? Raquel, I won't be able to attend the spiritual practice class. I don't know what you mean. What's the spiritual practice class? I don't know about the spiritual practice class. I don't know. I don't have a spiritual practice class. DJ is like saying you will be a TA. Okay, come on, DJ, you'll be my TA. So Raquel, I don't know what Raquel, I'm assuming when you say spiritual practice class, I'm assuming you mean the free webinar. I'm assuming that that's what you mean. Usually I don't like to assume, you know, but I'm going to assume. Will it be accessible to all after the fact like your other videos? No, it will not be accessible after the fact like other videos. Once it's done, it's done. It's not going to be posted. No, no. Once it's done, it's done. Yeah. Because with the free webinar, okay, I will offer folks the opportunity to sign up for mini coaching with me. I'll give them the opportunity to sign up for mini coaching with me. Get one-on-one coaching, just mini, one coaching session. So it's not going to be posted like the other videos. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. So I think I answered your question, Raquel. So does anyone have any questions about the webinar? And for those of you who are just joining, we were just going over my website and how the website looks and how you can go to the website and easily find whatever it is that you need to find on the website. If you've done a consultation with me or someone else and they have clearly said that you have been called to be a spiritual practitioner, I do encourage you to go to the courses, go to my website and courses and take, let me click on it. Yeah, you go to the courses and take this course on Spiritual Practitioner 1, because it will tell you step by step what to do, how to set up your altar. It's demonstrated, there are videos there, how to set up your altar, how to do offerings, how to do your petition, how to arrange your altar, where to put your altar. It's a course that covers basics. So regardless of the spiritual path you choose, at least you will have certain basics. Because even in religion, there are certain basics. You have to have your cleansing, the setting up of your altar, your sacred space, your offerings, your prayers, your petitions, how to open, how to close. So that's what that course is all about. It shows you the basics so that wherever you decide to go, even if you decide to go to Ifa, go to Odinale, go to was this other one, Candomblé or Lukumi, or whatever it is that you want to practice, you will see those basics in there and you will not be confused. You'll be able to catch up very quickly. Because one of the challenges that people have when they join a new spiritual practice is even understanding what they're seeing. And even if someone says to them, okay, do this, after this, do this, do this, after this, do this, after this, do this, they don't always have somebody explaining to them why they're doing those things. Why are you making an offering? Why are you using certain things for your practice? Why are you sitting in a certain way? Why are you dressed a certain way? Why do you talk a certain way? A lot of times, most people don't have the time, or organizations, they don't have the time to explain that to you. They just give you instructions and say, just do it this way. This is the way we've been doing it. Just do it. Just do it this way. Don't ask questions. So in the course, in spiritual practitioner course, not only do you have videos demonstrating how to do it, but it explains to you why you're doing these things. Angel and Kosi, can't I take the course for personal use? I had my eye on it. Yes, you can. If you want to take it for personal use, yes, you can. The idea behind the spiritual practitioner course is that there are some people who are like, I want to figure this out myself. I don't want to get coaching. So do the spiritual practitioner course. But the spiritual practitioner course, like I said, is just the bare basics. It's not like coaching where I will sit with you, meet with you regularly, help you plan, strategize, practice, put together. Coaching is a lot more involved because, you have access to me, can ask questions, email, I provide you resources. Okay, look this up, maybe even give you some connections to help you with the spiritual path, even help you select your spiritual path. But in spiritual practitioner, there's the assumption that you have a spiritual path or you have some idea of how you are going to find out your own spiritual path. So here are the basics, some of the things you need to know as you're going into your spiritual path. So it doesn't matter if you're Wicca, if you're pagan, heathen, or even religious. You will find something in spiritual practitioner one that will work for you. And like I mentioned earlier, we're working on putting out spiritual practitioner 2, which is now going a little bit deeper than what we have in spiritual practitioner 1. Okay. So any questions? Does anyone have any questions about the webinar, about the website, about the YouTube channel? I hope you've learned how to use the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, to find out the classes that you're looking for, how to locate the playlists, depending on, what you're trying to deal with. I hope that I demonstrated that clearly. You know how to do those things. Any other questions? I really look forward to meeting and hanging out with everybody on Wednesday, for the spiritual practice, the free webinar. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really, really looking forward to it because, just guidance is everything. I tell you, guidance is everything. Let me close this window. Guidance is everything. You know, guidance is everything. You know, there's sometimes you need to make a decision and it's in the middle of the night. Who are you going to call? If you don't have someone beside you there, who are you going to call? You know what I mean? Guidance is everything. And just having that self confidence and the knowledge that you're doing the right thing, or you're doing the right thing for yourself, considering the circumstances. You know. All right. So, any other questions before we go? And I'll do another touching base tomorrow. I just wanted to just hang out a little bit and show folks this because it is coming up in my DMs and stuff like that. Excuse me. You know, folks like saying, I can't find this, I can't find this, I'm trying to get a hold of you, and this and that. So you can see from the website, this is the reason why I don't do consultations. You know, people will write an email or try to call me on WhatsApp or call me on the phone to talk about their problems. I don't do that. I just don't talk to people willy nilly or without an arrangement. I don't. I don't. Because it's not productive. Imagine if I was taking calls from everybody at any time, any hour, any day. I, I wouldn't even be able to do this live stream now. And there are some people who, thankfully, they call. They call in the middle of the night. You know, when we get up in the morning and check our business line, we have people who are calling in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? They're calling in the middle of the night. Well, thank you, Raquel. Ashe. Thank you, DJ. So y'all have heard DJ. DJ has agreed to be my TA on Wednesday. I'm gonna hold you to it, DJ. You're going to be my TA. DJ is gonna be my TA on Wednesday. All right. All right. So any other questions about this? Any questions? No questions? I know I'm talking to PhD in spirituality folks here. All the people who are here now have PhDs in spirituality, so I know you have no questions, of course. Oh my God. No questions. I am just so thankful for this opportunity to be with like minded people. There are many people like myself who prayed for a day like this, where we could be together with other spiritually minded people without being attacked, without being made to look stupid, without being humiliated. I've prayed for this day when women could freely and powerfully talk about their spirituality. And I really don't want to get emotional about this because there's so many ways and times and places where women have been shut down as if they have nothing to contribute to spirituality. And many people have been deprived of the blessings that could have come from the women in their lives just because they shut the women down. I remember being a young woman, 17 years old, on my spiritual path, as humble as it was back then. I'm being told by an adult that I would never achieve anything of value in my life if I continued down the spiritual path. Look at me now. Look at me now. And the person who made that prediction has been dead for more than 15 years, if not 20 years. $15. The person tried to speak confusion into my life. When that person found out that I was interested in spirituality, I was interested in conducting my life according to spiritual principles, that I wanted to live a spiritual lifestyle as a child, said to me that my life would amount to nothing if I continued down the path of spirituality. Look at me now. And I was just a child. There are so many people who never knew that they will see a day like this. That and I'm talking about a time when there was no internet. I know that our millennials and our generation AO, always on, they can't imagine life without the internet. But believe you me, there's so many of us who were here before the internet, before there was anything like computers that people could use, before there was anything like individual computers. It was so hard to find this information. You could get ostracized. You could get attacked for sharing what we share openly today. Or you would have to pay a lot of money for the information that we get today. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm alive to see this day. And even though there are hundreds and thousands of people who are out there misusing this information, misrepresenting this information, trying to use this to scam people, I am still grateful that I'm alive to see this day. And you're right, Angel, some people even their lives were taken for them for this information that we share so freely. There's one of my brothers from one of the fraternities I belong to. And he was saying to me, he said, "Sister, look at so much information that we were told back in the day. We were made to swear oaths of secrecy, never to share with others. Do you now see that it's all on the internet now?" I said, "My brother, I see it." He said, "Do you remember we had to swear oaths and we had to promise and we couldn't share the information and we had to hide it, and the documents and literature we had to be under key and lock." And today people have taken these documents, scanned them, and put them on the internet for everybody to see. Some of that information you had to go through several initiations before you yourself could access that information. And a lot of it is on the internet for free now. We had to pay for initiations. We had to travel. You leave the comfort, because like I said, there was no internet then, there was no video, there's no streaming, there all these things we have now. There was nothing like that then. In order to get that information, you had to leave where you are and travel to the place, go and get an initiation. And then even after that initiation, they will feed you that information little by little. They didn't just give it to you. You had to stay with the organization, stay with the group, and they will feed you that. And not only would they feed you that information little by little, you had to go home and study the information. It wasn't like now that you can ask me a question and I'll answer the question. You say, why is this? And I give you the answer. You're right, Coronado. Go through the fire. Sometimes you would ask the masters, your masters with you, what is the meaning of this spiritual law? What is the meaning of this spiritual principle? And the master will tell you, go home and meditate on it, and the answer will come to you. And you'll be meditating on that one spiritual principle for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and not get the answer. And then you would have to start looking for other brothers and sisters, asking, do you know the meaning of this? There's this spiritual principle. Do you know how to use it? Do you know how to use it? Do you know how to use this? Do you know how to use this? And all that hidden, occult, arcane, mystical information that we sweated so much for and suffered so much for is now freely available on the internet. If you know where to look for it, and if you know what to look for, it's all on the internet for free. Many of us didn't even make it to see this day. There are many people who were my peers who did not even make it to see this day. And so that's why when I read the comments under my videos, and people are being rude, sarcastic, insulting, because the food that was meant for the children is now being given to dogs. It is sad. Raquel, when you say spoon feeding is a form of control, yes, it's a form of control, but control for good reason. Look at the internet. Everything is on the internet. How many people are using that information to improve their lives? How many people are even recognizing that information for what it is? I had a consultation recently where I started going into some of the spiritual principles behind 2 videos on my YouTube channel. freedom from bondage using earth, and blessing yourself using earth. And the person I was explaining this thing to, the spiritual principles, once he started understanding the spiritual principles behind these videos that look so simple, this was his response. He said, I didn't know it was that deep. So now I understand why it is so powerful. So, Raquel, yes, it's a form of control, spoon feeding, and yes, it's a form of control, but it was being done within groups. You had people you would meet up with, and we became friends. You met these people that you became friends with, that from time to time, you know, the person will be thinking about it, you'll be thinking about it, and then something comes up because I like the way the Torah puts it. Is it not in the Torah? I think it's also in the Christian Bible. Knife sharpeneth iron, sharpeneth iron. Iron sharpens iron. You can't take a lip gloss and say, I want to use it to sharpen my knife. You can't. You can't use jelly to sharpen knife. Even till now, those of us who are brothers and sisters and we're still in contact with each other, do you know there are some spiritual principles we learned of in the 80s that now we learned in the last century, that in this century we're beginning to see the application of those principles in our lives now? Something we learned in the 80s, we're now seeing the application now. And then we're like, oh, is that the reason why they said this? Is this the reason why it was said like this and done like this? And we're seeing the results 30, 40 years later. We're now understanding it 30 to 40 years later because we keep talking about it, thinking about it. We've had life experience, married, had kids, life has happened. And then when we start talking about these principles, we're like, OMG, is that what that was 40 years ago? But if we were not in contact with each other, we would not get that realization. There'd be no iron to sharpen another iron. Do you see why it is important for us to have families and groups like this? That's why it's important to have families and groups like this. Ask yourself, hasn't there been times that I've said certain things and then you went home and you thought about it and you said, wait, Mama Dr. Tochi said this. Oh my goodness, that hits different. And then you start comparing what I said to your life experience. Has it not happened to you? Has it not happened to you? You come to live class like this and I mention something, I talk about something, and then you're like, wait a minute, I never thought about it that way. And then you gain new insight, you gain new understanding, which you would not have gained had you not been in class and heard me say it. Suppose there was no Dr. Tochi channel. Where would you have heard it and how would you have understood it? Maybe there'll be somebody else, who knows? So the difference is that in the past, this information was highly guarded and selectively shared. But now it is not guarded and it's not selectively shared. Everybody can get it. But who will explain it? Who will explain it? Who? 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 So that's why I say when I'm here sometimes and I think about how far we've come in 1 year. Folks, many of you may not even appreciate this or understand this. The Dr. Tochi channel has actually been fully operational since August of 2019. It's not even 2 years. Look at where we are now. Look at what we've accomplished. Because the more we rub minds together, the more we talk about it, the more we think about it, the more we understand. And that is the reason why it is crazy when somebody goes to my video and says, you talk too much. You, why can't you make this video shorter? Crazy. And the person is able to go there and write that kind of comment because they're getting that information for free. If they had to pay for it, if they had to struggle for it, if they had to travel for it, if they had to make effort for it, they would even be grateful for 20 minutes. Do you know back then when we used to learn this information, we used to go to meetings, we used to have conferences, we used to have get togethers and stuff like that. We would, after the main lecture, and I'm telling you the fact, after the main lecture, many of us will still sit back for another 6, 7, 8 hours talking about what was discussed in the lecture. It didn't matter if it got dark, we would sit there and discuss for 6, 7, 8 hours what was discussed in a 1 hour lecture. Because we knew that once we left that place, there may not be anyone else we could discuss it with. So as we were all there together, that's when we will be discussing it. Because you want to understand it as much as possible before you go home and start practicing. Folks, I'm talking before the time of mobile phones. So it wasn't like during our time we had, I know DJ, yes, there was a time there were mobile phones because DJ is going to jump out of nowhere now telling me what did y'all have mobile phones. No, we did not have mobile phones. Okay. And if you had a phone, you had to be, doing well in order to have a regular landline phone. Not everybody had landline phones, by the way. Sometimes you had to go to the neighbor's house to use their phone. Okay. So back then, if you wanted to get in touch with people, you had to write letters or travel and go there, knock on their door. There was nothing like making appointments. So we always, and so that's why when I have events now and retreats and rituals and stuff like that now, and we visit after the event, that's why I stay. That's why I don't cut it off. Because it reminds me of how I used to be so hungry to chat with like-minded people. What do you know? What principles do you know? What information, what secrets do you have? What and then the person will say, oh, you know what, you see this pen, I found there's another way you can use it to get this result. And then everybody wants to know, okay, so you can use this pen. Yeah. And the person will say, do it this way and this way and this way and the other way. And it's good for this. And everybody, we used to memorize a lot of things. It was not like now you have notepads. You could, like, there was so much, people would be saying things. There's no time. We didn't have recorders. I mean, people be saying things and you be listening and you be memorizing. And then later you might go and write it down in your journal or something. But generally, when you're in that place, people will be saying, oh, this, okay, if you get this, this, and this together, let me tell you the kind of problems you can solve with these three things. Now, if you take it and put it this way and put the other one this way, and your whole attention will be there. And then when you get home, you will go get these things and go and start working on it to use it to solve your problems. That's how it used to be. We'll be there for hours. The other one say, okay, there are one or two things. If you're traveling on the road, here are one or two things you can use to safeguard your safety. You'll be paying attention because there was a lot of road travel back in the day. Someone else will say, okay, if in the middle of the night you have a nightmare, here's what you do. If someone says such and such to you, here's what you do. And everything you would record that in your head. Because sometimes when you got home, if you had other like-minded people back home, spiritually minded people, you would want to share that to them and you want to teach them that. And as you're teaching them, you're solidifying the information in your own head as well. And then you will experiment to find out this thing, does it work or it doesn't work? Is it true or is not true? So that's why I'm glad for this opportunity. I know sometimes people are like, okay, Mama Dr. Tochi is here teaching this and talking about this and this and that and preaching on this and that. For me, it's fun. I enjoy it. This thing I'm doing, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Because as I'm teaching, I'm remembering more. The more I teach, the more I remember. For me, it is fun. Sometimes when I'm teaching on one thing and I remember something else, then that thing I remembered might help me solve someone's problem, someone who came to me for consultation. And as I'm teaching one other thing, an associated information, comes out, and I'm like, wait a minute, this can solve this person's problem. So I enjoy this. I enjoy it a lot. And that's why I'm impatient with those who trivialize what I'm doing here. That's why I'm impatient with them. Help me, help me, help me. My husband left me. Help me, help me. Okay, look at this. We're talking about what we're talking about. And then somebody will jump into the comment section. Help me, help me, help me. My husband kicked me out and I want him back. He followed another woman and I want him back. So understand how I think. How relevant is that to what is being taught? Do you see why I get impatient? And some people will say, Mama Dr. Tochi will spank us and love us. Do you see why I do the spanking? Do y'all see why I do the spanking? Do y'all see why I do the spanking? When you get exposed to spiritual knowledge, spiritual information, let me tell you, there are some trials and tribulations you will face. But you know for certain, you have every certitude in your mind that you will win. You must win. When I remember as a 17-year-old, that adult telling me that spirituality will not serve me well in life, that I was destroying my life with what I was doing, and that I would never make it in life. And that person had the ability to help me in my life, withheld resources from me, created a lot of pain and suffering and delays in my life. Even though I was going through that with the person at the time, I still said, in the end, I will win. And you will see my victory. And then, see, my children, you learn to develop patience because you come to understand that spiritual work takes time. It is sure, but it may take time. And if you can be patient, you will get what you want. You learn, it teaches you patience. It teaches you the law of silence. People older than you may be saying all kinds of nonsense, but you'll be all right. Inside your heart, even if you can't laugh out loud, inside your heart, you will be laughing. You become so convinced, so firm in your heart that when people see you acting with self-confidence, they call it arrogance. But you know it's not arrogance. You know what you're doing. And you know that you can change your situation whenever you want. And so when someone is out there boasting, I control you. Your destiny is in my hand. Without me, you can't make it. You laugh. You may not say anything openly or outwardly, but inside of you, you laugh. Because there are things you know, and how those things work, you know that that person does not know. So it becomes entertaining. And when it's time for you to take action, you take action. And when you take action, results, powerful results come out because you are not taking action willy-nilly. You're not taking action carelessly. You know. And sometimes you go on this path and you work it to the point that you can look at somebody and already know what they're thinking. And you can look at somebody and you can see where they're headed. Do you know there's sometimes I look at people and I see where they're headed, and I see that where they're headed is for utter destruction. I don't even have to do anything. Do you know that? You could be so vested in your spiritual practice that you will see somebody and the person is there shouting and ranting and raving and carrying on, but you have seen that person's end. And you see that it's not necessary for you to do anything because you know where they're ending up. So you don't do anything. You let them be. And they're there shouting, ranting, raving, calling you names, cussing you out. But you see their end. And when you see their end, you come to understand that it's not even necessary for you to do anything except be patient and see with your eyes how they end up. When I was younger, there were many females who laughed at me and said, "You will never get married. You're not wife material. No man in his right mind would ever marry you. Who do you think you are to go study engineering? You want to compete with men. You think you're all that because you're 6 foot tall. You don't have the right background. You're a nobody." And so on and so on and so forth. Where are they now? Where am I now? And I remember as a very young person listening to this, and it was painful. But because I had already started on my spiritual journey, I was able to see their end. Some of them have become the frustrated spinsters or widows, or what do you want to call them, of their churches. Shriveled, dried. And when they see me now, they're like, my sister, my darling sister. But even far back then, I saw how they were going to end up. So I held my peace. I told the story here on one of our touching bases of a woman who made fun of me and said, "Oh, you're not getting, you need to go and get married, and you're getting all these degrees, and man, man. Look at my children, my daughters. Someone's coming to marry my daughter." The person came, saw, and fled. Another person came, saw her daughter, and fled. Played her for her money and fled. The woman herself was making so much trouble. I said to her, "Okay, you want me to have a child?" "Oh, yeah, don't you know? Look at your age. Other people your age, you're married, your kids." I said, "Okay, bring your husband. Let me go make babies." She, "Oh, why do you want my husband?" I said, "But you said you wanted me to make babies, so why don't you bring your husband? Unless you're trying to say your husband's engine doesn't work, does it?" And then the discussion turned around to whether her husband's engine worked or not. And there was an uproar because she was carrying on. She was saying these terrible things to me at a party in front of other people. Ladies and gentlemen, where is that woman today? She is old, and that husband she was boasting about has abandoned her. She's old now, she's in her 70s. And the husband she was so proud of and married, I have somebody, is not with her, is with a younger woman. But in the moment when she was saying what she said, she did not know her own end. But it is your spirituality that tells you it is your spirituality that tells you to fight or not to fight. It is your spiritual practice that gives you guidance because you're in alignment with your spiritual crew. When you are aligned, your crew will tell you when to fight and when not to fight, when to make noise and when not to make noise, when to make noise and when to remain silent. Your spiritual crew will tell you. And sometimes your spiritual crew will say to you, sit back and watch the movie. So she has been abandoned by her husband. Even her daughter, she was boasting about, eventually got married and got abandoned by her husband. Now I'm Sister Tochi. Sister Tochi, how are you? You look so good. You look so well. Now I'm Sister Tochi. So when you have your spiritual practice and you start getting spiritually aligned, you find out that there are certain battles you can and should authorize your spiritual crew to start fighting for you. And they will fight for you. And you will see the results with your own eyes. All I have to do now is say, look at me now. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. That's something I have to do. Because I'm usually a lot fitter than this, but I'm just basically just with academics and work and everything, just matter of fact, after this I'm going to go work out as late as it is. But it's almost 9 o'clock. I'm still gonna go work out. But there is a joy in being with like-minded people. There is a joy in being with people who understand you. There is a joy in being with people who let you be. They may not understand every little thing you do, but they let you be. They leave you alone. They let you grow. They let you catch some sunlight. There is a joy in having your spouse being of the same spiritual tribe as yourself, because you took the time to make the right decision. And you made the right decision because you listened to guidance and you obeyed the guidance that you were given. When you have spiritual alignment from your spiritual practice, you do not care whether you're an orphan or not, a widow, a widower or not. You don't care if you have a husband or you don't have a wife. It becomes immaterial. You don't have children or you have children, it becomes immaterial because your crew will give it to you one way or the other. One way or the other. Think of Mother Teresa. I know she's a religious figure, but I want to demonstrate a spiritual principle here. Mother Teresa never married, never had physical children, but how many children did she have? Mother Teresa never ran a factory, didn't manufacture anything, didn't have to be a YouTube content creator, didn't need to go to college, had no PhD. But she was known throughout the world. And she didn't have to spend a penny for that. Mother Teresa could pick up the phone and call any head of state and get action. Regardless of that head of state's religious beliefs or religious practices, she could call or send someone and get action. She had millions of spiritual children. She did not die alone. Mother Teresa didn't die alone. She didn't have to worry about, oh, when I die, who will bury me? Didn't have to worry about that. So do you see that sometimes what we think is a problem may not be a problem? There are women who are married now, but they're still alone. They have husbands, they have children, but they're still alone. And they're not sure what is going to happen to them should they pass away. There are men who are married to wives. Some even have more than one wife. They have children, but they have no certainty about their lives and the people they're with. They have wives, they have children, but they know they have nobody. Some people are married and they have nobody. They're still lonely, they have nobody. Some people have children and they don't have children. Some people have children, but they have nothing. They have physical children, but they know they have nothing. They have no continuation, they have no lineage. There's no, that's it, that they will be lonely and abandoned and forgotten ancestors. Some people are still alive and they already know this. Some people already who are living with us now know that when it is their time to become an ancestor, they will be forgotten. There's no one, even though they have children and grandchildren, no one will remember them. They already know. But look at Mother Teresa. Never married, no physical children. Is she not an ancestor? Has she not been made a saint? Has she not been canonified? If that's a word for it, canonified or canonized. So when you start seeing things from a spiritual perspective, dear one, you start living differently. You come to understand that not everybody is qualified to advise you. Even if they're your own parent, not all parents are qualified to advise their children. I know that that may not be a popular statement, but it is what it is. Not all husbands are qualified to advise their wives. Not all wives are qualified to advise their husbands. So if you happen to find yourself in that situation, what are you going to do? What is the solution? Do you see why we have to have a spiritual practice? Not a religious practice, spiritual practice. Not a religious practice, spiritual practice. It is my spiritual practice that has sustained me to this day. It is my spiritual practice that has sustained me to this moment. that I know I have access to knowledge and information and guidance that is not human based has kept me to this day. That even if everybody around me starts going crazy, I don't have to go crazy. It's not necessary. It is my spiritual practice that has kept my ego, self-esteem, self-confidence intact. That it doesn't matter what you call me, it doesn't matter what you tell me, I know what I am. Not who I am, but what I am. And I'm very clear on what I'm doing. Very clear on what I am doing. If you have a moment, do me a favor, like and share this video. I forgot to mention that earlier. Like and share the video. I'm supposed to be saying that. Like and share the video. Like and share, like and share, like and share, like and share. So I invite you to the free webinar on how to set up your spiritual practice so that you can start solving your life challenges. Many people, and let me tell you what's going to happen on Wednesday. Many people are going to come and they will learn nothing. Many people are going to come and they'll spend so much time typing in the comment section that they won't hear the important parts that are being taught. Many people are going to come to that webinar and they'll be multitasking and they will miss important parts that are being discussed. Many people will come to that webinar and they will come with the mindset that it's all nonsense and they will not learn anything. But some people will come on Wednesday for the free webinar. Some people are going to show up and they're going to say, I want today to be the last day of my problems. And that's the mindset they're going to show up with. They're going to come and say, today is the last day of my problems. I don't care what's going on. I don't care what it costs. I have decided that today is going to be the last day of my problems. Those are the different categories of people who will show up on Wednesday. Should I be worried? No. Because I have to do what I have been asked to do, which is what? Deliver the message. It is not my job to worry and fret about what you do with the message. My job is to deliver the message. That's all I'm called to do, deliver the message. Whether people want to use it or they don't want to use it or they want to misuse it or they think it's stupid, that's not my problem. My job is to deliver the message. And not to get caught up in who's listening, who's not listening, who did what, who said what, who didn't say this and that and whatnot and the other. My job is to deliver the message. So I hope you understand to some degree why I enjoy doing what I do. The journey did not start today. The journey did not start today. And it's not ending today. It's not. Later on tonight, in the middle of the night, I'm going to be in touch with some of my sisters and brothers. When the family is going to be deep asleep, when all is going to be quiet, I'm going to be in touch with my brothers and sisters, and we are going to be discussing spiritual principles. We'll be discussing insights. Did you know this? No, I didn't know that. Do you know how to use this? Well, here's one way I know how to use it. Well, how about experimenting? Try, find out, does it work this way or work the other way? Iron sharpening iron. If you are an iron and you don't have any other iron sharpening you, you will go blunt. If you are an iron, you think you're an iron, but you don't have any other iron sharpening you, my dear, you are blunt. And a blunt knife has no use. It gets thrown away. A word is enough for the wise. We're thankful to our Creator, our guardian spirits, our guardian angels. We're thankful to our ancestors. We're thankful to our spirit guides. We're thankful to all the spiritual beings in the unseen realms who know where we have come from and who know where we're headed to, who know our beginning and know our end. It is from the one that we have emanated, and it is into the one that we will be subsumed. Ashe. Tokoza. Kamagu. Lesedi. Ise. Amen. Amen. Ayebobo. Enyeho. It is done. It is finished. It's complete. Blessed be. So more be. That's my plastic smile. Okay. All right. Okay, so Got that posted on Insta. Talk to y'all later. Midasi. Ashe. Amen. Thank you, Erica Porter. Thank you, Her Royal Majesty Nana Yaba the Fifth. Okay.